we're going to start off by looking at just tangent of x. And let's see what its restricted domain is going to be. It is going to be minus pi over 2 to pi over 2. And now notice I actually used parentheses and not brackets, unlike the ones up above, and that's because tangent at pi over 2 and minus pi over 2 is undefined. And the range over this interval is going to be minus infinity to infinity. And let's graph it while we're at it. Okay, so tangent of 0 is 0. Tangent of pi over 4 is 1. Tangent of minus pi over 4 is minus 1. And we'll go ahead and we'll connect the dots. Let me try that one more time. There we go. And we also know that we have an asymptote at minus pi over 2 and pi over 2 if we're working with tangent. All right, and now I want to write down one more thing before we start looking at tangent inverse, and that is some of these nice points. Okay, so like at minus pi over 4, the y value is minus 1. At 0, the y value was 0, and we also had pi over 4, comma 1. All right, now we can look at tangent inverse. And we know that the domain and range should switch. So the range, or the domain now is minus infinity to infinity, while the range is only minus pi over 2 to pi over 2. And now let's graph some of these points where we're going to swap the x and y coordinates. So we're going to have minus 1, comma minus pi over 4. Let's go ahead and try and sketch that one. So minus 1, comma minus pi over 4. That's about right here. 0, 0 is going to be the next one. And then the last one here is going to be 1, comma pi over 4. All right, and the next thing that I want you to do is to just kind of think about what happens as our x value is getting closer to pi over 2. Okay? And let's actually think about that first for tangent inverse. So as x approaches pi over 2, what's happening to the y value? Okay, you can see it's growing without bound there. Okay. So it's going to keep going and going and going. And so what that means is, right, our y value is going towards infinity. And so if we were to switch this up now, so thinking about tangent inverse, is what we would find is that as x is going to infinity, the y value is approaching pi over 2. Okay. So what that is that's actually a horizontal asymptote at pi over 2. And we're actually going to have one at minus pi over 2 as well. I'm going to sketch those in there. All right, now let's go ahead and connect the dots, and we'll make sure also as we're doing that, as x gets really big, we'll get closer and closer to pi over 2, and as x gets really small, we'll get closer and closer to minus pi over 2. So there's one half of it, and let's get in the other half. Okay. There it is, and it should look like it's been reflected across the line, y equals x.